just talked about doing the right thing and also talking about having an open bid for this particular contract. Perhaps we should also look at the speed with which the government announced two other contractors that should take on this road, Julius Berger and RCC. Well, that came just less than 48 hours after the presidential media chat. Do you think in your mind that there was due process in this whole award of contract given to Julius Berger?
We want to give, I would like to give the government the benefit of doubt. That the government couldn't just have woken up one day and award the contract to Berger and RCC. You know, I would like to give the government the benefit of that because they are not fools. The people out there are not fools. But at the same time, the government suffers from a communication deficiency. The government is inarticulate in communicating, and that is why there are always these suspicions and these sort of questionings, you know, because really 2 days after the media chat, the government adopts a fresh course, and then you begin to ask, was the president not properly briefed? That is the first thing that is asked. Or did they just all of a sudden decide to change course midstream? Or had they been doing something earlier on, doing the proper thing, but somehow they omitted to get the facts across to the president before the media chat? These are some of the issues, and I think that there is need for government to be much more open for the people in charge of communication to realize that the government is not a military one. It is answerable to the people. It is accountable. We put them in place there, and therefore they have to carry the populace along with the steps they are taking, especially as the issue of road infrastructure is heartbreaking. It is so integral to the economy. I don't think the matter is about Christmas. You know, they're talking now that, well, as the Christmas is coming, it's going to be really bad. So I guess we're going to now expect them to come and and pour some tar on the holes, the potholes, so that we can move around at Christmas. It goes beyond that. I live in the east of the country. I used to travel 1 hour to court in Onitsha from my Enugu base. 1 hour. I just say, okay, the court starts at 9. I'll leave at 7:45. I'll be in Onitsha 8:45 and drive into the court. Now it takes 3 hours. That is dangerous for the economy. And then, of course, as you travel, you see so many trucks on the side that have fallen down, so many accidents. The fact that a dual carriageway has now become a single carriageway because one side is too hopeless to be used. The number of people who are dying because all of a sudden, as you are speeding, all of a sudden you see a car coming from the opposite direction. And what is your own lane? All of a sudden, it happens every day. Every day. The Port Harcourt Expressway is worse. Worse. On your way to Umuahia from Enugu, you get to a point, you go into bush paths. You begin to navigate the bush path. There's somewhere called Lokpanta, where you have a settlement of cattle herdsmen. Nobody can pass there anymore. You navigate the bush paths and you come out at some other point. This is so horrible for the economy. Nobody drives anymore from Enugu to Port Harcourt. As soon as you get to Okigwe, you turn off to Owerri, which is just slightly marginally an improvement on the other road. It's still a bad road, but it's not as bad as the expressway. And then it is a state highway. The states are more answerable because they are closer to the people. And then from there you continue, you navigate through the city of Owerri and all the villages, and you come out in Port Harcourt. Isn't this very bad for the economy? Somebody somewhere is not listening. And then we are here arguing over this and that, Berger, RCC, and all that game. But my response to it all is that by the very nature of a federal government, they are far from the people. And that the states really, really should be in charge of most of the roads which the federal government is handling now.
You know, there are some that will argue with you that some of these roads you're talking about have been given out as contract. I mean, practically every day we Federal Executive Council meetings every Wednesday. They announce contracts for roads and all that. Yesterday we asked a question about 125 billion naira for road construction. Yesterday, about 170 billion naira was approved for road construction as well. I mean, one would say some of the contracts that have been given to for these roads by Nigerian contractors, they failed. And what should be done? Should they be revoked as well, as sudden as the Ibadan-Lagos expressway was revoked?
Well, you see, it is clear. It is clear that the federal government is weak. The political willpower to revoke contracts is not there. And it's not there because maybe the people who received the contract either are card-carrying members of the party, they are powerful figures, or they contributed to my campaign, to become this or to become that. So how can I revoke? These are some of the problems we have. But we do need a federal government. We do need a President Jonathan who will show more spine, who will be much more forceful in their understanding of the fact that they are answerable to the people, and that they have a short time. However long you are there, it's a short time. One day you are history, and you begin to live with your legacy. So there's no question that the government needs to be forceful, revoke contracts of people who are not performing, and in fact, we have extant laws that could even ground some of such being charged to court, and so on and so forth. But is it ever going to happen? It requires a great deal of strength.
Because that's the big one now, because almost everyone has been asking that same question. It reminds us of, we still have to go there, still very fresh, the presidential media chat, where the president was asked about the Halliburton case and some other issues that bordered on the fight against corruption. So do you see any kind of, should I say, zeal or effort from the government, so to speak, in that regard?
Well, if we are to analyze governmental zeal from the media chats, you will be left with what I would call an ambivalent impression. The first impression is that the president is an intelligent man and that he has grown on the job. He's growing on the job. But the second impression you also be left with is that there's need for more strength. There's need for more vigor, even vigor expressed. The impression you came away with is one who is even I'm looking for the word now, flustered by the problems he's been faced with. And you compare it with perhaps the President of the United States, who declares with authority, oh, we are going to overcome this. We must overcome this. And you see, the art of rulership requires giving hope and inspiration to the people, even when you don't have any hope or inspiration, but you just have to play act. Oh, this has got to be done. Oh, is that what's going on? Oh, no, we must solve the problem. We are answerable to the people. The people deserve far more than this. That feeling, that sense was missing in the media chat, and that is the duty of Dr. Ruben Abati to energize his principal in that way, because he can't know everything. He has the PhD mind. He's able to, he's a bright man, but he's not able to convey a certain vigor or energy about what he is doing, and even a clear, articulate sense of where he is going. There's something really that must be done. It's not the fault of the man. He's got his team around him, and we should be able to assist him. Nobody is perfect on his own. But having said that, the truth is something must be done. The people are oppressed. Nigerians are oppressed. It's just too bad. We can't have this state of road infrastructure. It is not just about how many hours we are spending. It's the number of people who are dying on the road.